What was that, Liam? What do we need to get?
Let's go some axle.
Get my tools.
Yeah.
All right. Hey folks, how are ya? It's been crazy busy. I haven't been around in a bit here for you, but that's all right. So it goes. Now school year's over. It is summertime, and yeah, we can have a few more projects. Liam's getting the garage opened up. As you've seen, we've been having some fun hauling stuff to the scrapyard. It's been a fun little pastime. Got the trailer all loaded up here the other day with. There's a lot of steel in there. A couple of old snow blowers, lawnmowers, water heaters, all sorts of stuff I'd been collecting up over the spring here, and started to move and heard something weird coming from the trailer, and we've got a problem. So this is what the wheel hub on the trailer should look like, right? This nice big cast iron piece here, and the bearings. But if we come around to the other side, say hi to Gabriel on the way. Ooh, that wasn't in focus. Let's try again.
Hi.
There's a Gabriel. Whoop.
Hi.
There, that time it focused. That was weird. Here's what this side looks like. Not good. So, in order to figure out which replacement hub we need, we got to pull that wheel and wheel hub off. Now look, this is the hub. This is what the wheel hooks onto. But see how it doesn't come off yet? So we got to take this nut off. But it's a little weird to Daddy that this is just coming off by hand. I feel like that should be held on better. So maybe that's part of the problem. I don't know. I'm not sure. But ooh, we got that off. Okay, now we'll set that so we don't lose it. And then we'll take this washer. And now, does this come off? Yep. There. Now that hub comes right off. And this is what was broken. So let's look. Now, let's see if any of the rest of this looks kind of broken. Doesn't look too bad. It's got lots of chunks and pieces.
Let me look.
Is that a bearing? I bet you that's... This must be pieces of...
Good.
This must be the bearing. Does it look good or does it look broken, Liam?
It's broken.
I think you're right. I think it looks broken. And all these little round pieces, these are the bearing. Those are parts of the bearing. That's what makes it not have so much friction. So we're gonna need a bearing too, buddy. I don't know how I get that off though. Let's see. Okay. Alright, so this little castle nut just threaded right off. And there's a washer that held everything on from that. But now this certainly seems like this needs to come off too. I assume this is the actual bearing. because there's all these little cylinders that would have been the part of that. But I don't know how I get that off.
You're not listening to me.
Well, I think Gabe's in the bathroom, buddy.
Oh.
Because this back part moves just fine.
My friend.
But this front piece isn't moving. I don't know if I dare just hammer it a little. All right, this is probably the wrong solution, and I'm sure someone will tell me if it is, but a little tap of the hammer, and this was coming off there. So that gets all of these pieces almost there. There we go. So these are the bits of the bearing, I assume. So now I think what I need to do is take all of this with me to the store to get a new hub. But if that's really all it is, that's crazy easy. Not so bad at all. Next stop, the store. All right, well, we are at the store here. The store, which shall remain nameless because reasons. But it was great. They've got everything you need for replacing these trailer hubs, and they've got a little panel on the wall. Here's a picture that shows that you can bring in the old piece and fit it up to the pieces on their panel to make sure you get the right sizes. Because me, like a dummy, didn't know that I should measure it before I went in. So in hindsight, the spindle, this thing, you should measure the diameter before you go in so that you know the right size, or if you want to order it online or something like that. But I walked in, I looked at the board, I kind of thought I knew what I was doing, and an incredibly helpful gentleman came by, again, from the store, and it took him about 8 seconds to make sure I had the right piece. So $50 later, we're gonna go home and put it on. All right, Cooper's cheering us on in the background, but we just got home with the new bearing that should just slide right on here. Came with the bearing itself. Came with 2 different size seals, so this would go in the back, I think. We'll find out. This is a dust cap. It'll go on here in the end to help keep dust and grime out of the grease. And the white plastic piece here is just a tool for pounding it on. Also, a cotter pin here, which I realize now this goes through there. Remember how I thought it was weird that this castle nut came off so easy? Well, that's why that cotter pin was missing. So let's see how lucky we got and see if we got the right stuff. This should just slide right on, I think. But it doesn't seem to be. Uh-oh. All right, so if you saw that trouble getting this thing to go on, what I think happened, let's see if I can, is, there we go. The spindle here had been roughed up because the bearings were so shot. So I just took a file and cleaned the bearing up, or the spindle up. So now the bearing fits on there nice. So let me remount on the tripod here. Let's see if we can finish this project up. Okay. Now let's see if we're gonna be in luck. Oh, there we go. Look at that. A little extra grease coming out of here, but I guess that's probably a good thing. That goes in there. Now, there. All right. some of this schmutz off. Now goes the washer. And then the castle nut. Okay. Castle nuts in. Now, my cotter pin. Let's see, where'd that hole go? Oh. There's the hole. There's the hole. Alright, well, I had it going, and then I was recording the whole thing of putting the spindle on, and then I ran out of storage space, so it came off. So, anyway, I got the spindle on, or I got the hub on the spindle. What I ended up needing to do was file down the spindle a little bit. It had just gotten roughed up from the lack of bearings there. Got the cotter pin in, and now we're just going to put this dust cap back on, and it comes with this spiffy little tool so that you can just give it a little all right. That last few taps got the dust cap on. Now we just got to put the wheel back on. All right, Cooper, Liam, Gabriel, Molly, you ready? Moment of truth. Let's see if this,
maybe it's just wait in
case the whole thing explodes.
it just comes flying at me.
Take that jack stand out.
I'll have time to go get them.
Take this jack stand out. All right. Let's see if we can
Cooper.
let it down. Liam, do you think it's going to work? Or do you think it's going to fall apart?
He said fall apart.
Yay!
It looks impressive.
Well-
No,
Are you getting up?
yeah.
Okay.
He's taking the animal crackers.
Oh,
Cooper's not really.
Cooper's stealing my shades. Well, just like with most of my projects, this one did not go smoothly the first time. But I hope you enjoyed the ride. A little gratuitous baby here. Make everything right. That's how you earn the thumbs up.
And just remember, smiling's my favorite.
Smiling's my favorite. Hope you enjoyed coming along for the ride. Hey, you. Have a great one. Cheers.